And the Bengals take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better.
Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And that one goes virtually nowhere. Tried to fake extra point, but nothing comes of it. I thought the days of the fake extra point were numbered once they moved these kicks back to the 15. Apparently, I was mistaken.
Yeah, I was wondering who was ever going to try to do this. In fact, I quit wondering. I didn't think it would ever happen. Taking a fake from the 15-yard line to try and pick up an extra point, I didn't think anyone would ever call this.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up, then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done. Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Geno now to throw. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. This one goes underneath to Walker. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Jones on the return. Powers through. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
They'll fake the jet sweep and go play action with Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Looking deep here for Chase. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Burrow. It connects quickly to Jamar Chase. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that.
Touchdown, Bengals! Jamar Chase on the touchdown throw from Joe Burrow as his guys are able to extend their lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And would you believe it? This is caught in the end zone. And the fake extra point works to extend their lead by 2. And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it, and congratulations to them, but it's just not a good play. I mean, the risk-reward is really off the charts. Not in your favor. Run your offense out there. Put it on the 2-yard line if you want to go for 2. but I'll be darned. They ended up getting that one, didn't they?
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Smith now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And Smith able to move the chains before sliding down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
From the 41, here's a 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, Smith. Got a man, it's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2nd down and 8. Off of play action. Here's Smith. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A gain there of 21 yards. On first down, it's Smith. It's caught. Lockett. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. There for the sack, B.J. Hill. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out.
Under pressure, they got him again. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
And this won't get there, won't be online either. It's no good, off to the right, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game. There's a look at receiver Jamar Chase as the Bengals get set to go on offense. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Jamar Chase with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Burrow's going to look to throw for it. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And the formula there on the two-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession.
Walker hit and the ball is out, and the Bengals grab it, and they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. From the gun, here's Smith. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And the Bengals grab it. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice.